Post is mainly for the post-MD residents. With respect to the DM nephrology preparation, whether it is for INI-CET or the NEET SS, the base book for the preparation is the Comprehensive Review of Nephrology by Fiali. It will be better if we go through all the chapters of the book. Suppose if time is a concern, even if we focus on the important topics and the important table, that will be enough to clear the nephro exams. Whether Brenner is required, Brenner is not required. Oxford textbook of nephrology is also not required. When I started the preparation, this is what they told. Brenner is also we have to read. Oxford textbook of nephrology also we required, but these are not required. Only this book is more than enough to get a topmost rank. So next question is Harrison, what chapters to cover? It is important to cover the Harrison nephrology, posterior pituitary, because of the antidiuretic hormone and its affected. Usually they ask questions. Uric acid metabolism, PTH, adrenal, especially adrenal cortex. Important part is this one, especially the adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla also, if time permits. And the electrolytes, fluids, and calcium. These are all the important chapters that is compulsory from Harrison to study further. To get into the topmost ranks, these chapters have to be studied. Next, what are the important topics that have to be covered? Suppose if enough time is not there to read the Figali entirely, make sure you go through the tables and the figures of Figali. It hardly takes maximum 3 to 4 days to go through the tables of Figali once you have read it before. Otherwise, there will be definitely, whether it is INI-CET or NEET SS. Compared to INI-CET, NEET SS, usually the questions won't be very difficult. Question will be average and it will be keep on asked from the same topic. So focus on this topic. First is the renal stones. Definitely there will be one question regarding the stone shape, at what pH it forms, what is the most common type of stone. Everything is clearly given in the Figari table. Only that they will ask JJ apparatus, SLE, cystic kidney disease. Especially this have to be covered from Figari. And there will be one question definitely from membranous nephropathy with respect to the antigen which are targeted, either anti-PLA2R or the newer one, and they might ask the percentage also. This is also clearly given in Figali table. Other important chapters to be covered in Figali are CMV have to be covered, diabetes. Suppose if time permits, go through the entire chapter since only 30 days are left over for the NEET SS. You can go through the only the tables. BK virus nephropathy and HIV is also very important. Go through the PAN classification, RCC, and other most important topic is pregnancy and AKI. This chapter don't leave in Figali if you are targeting a top 20 or top 30 ranks. This chapter is very, very important. There will be definitely one question from this topic. Then renal artery stenosis or the renovascular hypertension part in Figali is also very important. And one table from Figali where they have mentioned the lipid changes and the coagulation pathway changes in nephrotic syndrome, which LDL, VLDL, HDL, which goes up, which goes down in nephrotic syndrome. That is also very important. And the difference between fibrillary and versus immunotactoid. And in the initial chapter, drugs causing GN is very important. In the introduction, till the glomerulonephritis chapter, almost all the chapters are important. If time permits, go through it. It won't take much time. Maximum it takes 3 to 4 days. If you go through only the table and the figure, it might take you only 4 to 5 hours. And the rejection treatment, both only the table. What are the treatment for T cell, what are the treatment for B cell. For NEET, majority question will be revolving around these only. These were all the most important topics. And definitely there will be one question from the Barter, Chittelman, and the Liddle syndrome. So these are all the important topics to be covered in Figali. And even if only 3 weeks are remaining, don't worry, even 1 or 2 days is enough to go through the important table. Make sure you study this SLE and this pregnancy and the stones fully. And anatomy and physiology also. Anatomy from Figali, if time is there, just 1 or 2 pages about the kidney blood supply. Wait, initial few paragraphs in Brenner. If that also time is there, otherwise Figali anatomy is more than enough. So here next is what are the other chapters to be covered apart from Figali? I have mentioned it as pages because there are only few pages are there. Because the questions will be keep on asked from the topic, only few pages is enough to get the question MCQ correct. First is from up to date. What are all the chapters to study? First is CKD and anemia treatment. Important to study from up to date. Next is CKD, mineral bone disease, especially phosphate binders. About the newer phosphate binders, ferric, oxy, sucrose, those things are very, very important from up to date. And renal tubular acidosis. Definitely there will be a question from renal tubular acidosis. No need to study from anywhere except this up to date. They have given it very nicely, pathophysiology, how the acidification forms, everything very nicely given. Along with this, just to go through the tables of Figali, causes of RTA. Causes of RTA given in Figali table, especially the drugs causing RTA. One question will come that will always causes the confusion between RTA1, RTA type 2. You can get all the questions of RTA correct once you go through the up-to-date renal tubular acidosis plus Figali table. It might hardly take 2 to 3 hours to study. These are all the topics compulsorily to be covered from up-to-date. And the fourth one is preeclampsia, especially the definition and the diagnosis. And the marker definition, diagnosis, and the marker. And eclampsia, also just a summary. Just read the summary slide in the up-to-date. That is more than enough. And next, this is with respect to up-to-date. Second, embryology. Renal embryology, don't study from Brenner or Figali. Renal embryology for MCQ purpose, it is clearly given in IP Singh. Yes, the same book that we used for anatomy around 8-9 years back. The same book, only 3-4 pages. All the MCQs can be answered. So just to go through this Inderbirth Singh, either it will be available in library or you can download from Google also. Just go through the embryology of kidney. It won't take much time. Only maximum half an hour is enough to go through this. And another important thing is peritoneum anatomy, which is given in the handbook of dialysis by Daugridas. The book handbook of any nephrology resident might be having. This book clearly gives the blood supply of peritoneum. What the anatomy has been clearly given, hardly 3 paragraphs. Nowhere it is given. The blood supply, everything, it is clearly given for the NEET MCQ. When I gave the PJ Chandigarh exam, this question came regarding the peritoneal anatomy. All the points have been taken from only this book. Nowhere it is given. So, Daugridas 3 or 4 paragraph in the peritoneal dialysis introduction chapter. This is also very, very important. And the last one is regarding the acidification process physiology. There's one book by name A.K. Jain. The same first year MBBS book, A.K. Jain, the acidification process is clearly given. If time is there, hardly it is 3 pages. If maximum it takes 3 hours, 4 hours, you can go through the acidification chapter only, renal acidification process. If time is there, go through the entire renal physiology. It is very, very simple, given at the level of MBBS first year, but it will be very useful to clear the nephrology physiology question. And one more important point, last one is the from Google, just you have to study about the peritoneal dialysis ultrafiltrate failure. What are the 3 types? Type 1, 2, 3. If you have attended any classes, they might have told it is just a 3 paragraph. Just Google it. What is ultrafiltrate failure in a PD peritoneal dialysis? So these are all the other important chapters to be covered from apart from Figali. One is up to date. Another one is embryology from IB Singh. Third one is about peritoneal anatomy from Daugridas. Just a 3 paragraph, nothing more. Acidification process from physiology A.K. Jain, if book is available, otherwise no need, Figali is well and good. Fourth one is regarding ultrafiltrate failure. For these four things, hardly 4 to 5 hours is right. or each just a single two maximum 3 to 4 paragraphs will be there. It will fetch you a very good like MCQ answering ability with these 4 chapters, because rest of the places it is not clearly given. Coming to the any MCQ book available. As of now for Nephro, there is no MCQ book available. You can use that Ajay Mathur, but make sure Ajay Mathur part you have completed the Nephro, which was very difficult for me when I was preparing. Around 1,000 questions were there. I was not able to prepare that also. Uh, Make sure you have gone through all the Nephro questions, and also posterior pituitary, adrenal questions, at least adrenal cortex part, and the uric acid metabolism, and the gout part, fluid and electrolyte part. These part of the uh, chapters from Ajay Mathur. There is no other MCQ in Amazon. There are few nephro MCQ books were there, but answers were not reliable. Those were written by some microbiologist. So as of current situation, only Ajay Mathur, these chapters is more than enough. If you have studied before, just go through the questions once. Uric acid is very, very important. Don't leave this, because it is not given in nephrology chapter. When I was preparing, it was given in some other chapter, either Endo or somewhere it was given. So go through this uric acid and gout part also, and also SLE. Is classes compulsory? Any online classes, if it is there, it might be helpful in like tuning you to the preparation, because they will be knowing the important chapters which can be covered, and the concepts of nephrology can be cleared by them. Suppose it is not compulsory. If you didn't join, well and good, no need. If you cover Figari, that is more than enough for nephrology, NEET or either INICT. Only thing is the concept of ultrafiltrate failure, peritoneal dialysis, and hemodialysis, those have to be clear. That's all. Otherwise, it is not compulsory. Regarding medicine part, what to study? Because in NEET tests, 40 questions will be from medicine and 60 questions will be from nephro. For this, basically, there will be 3-4 image-based questions will be around 3 to 4. One X-ray, one ECG will be there. Go through the images of Harrison, especially the infections part. They might ask any facility. When I gave my exam, they asked a gram positive cocci, which was in chains, which was the exact same image taken from Harrison. So go through the images once, just and any pre-preparation PG time preparation MCQ book is enough, either uh, that Mudit Khanna or any Bhatia based medicine MCQ book, to give you a catch hold of the important points, most common things. It will help you to rule out the options. Otherwise, focusing on medicine part at this point is very difficult, because the portion is vast, the time is limited, you can't focus. And for nephro, pediatrics also streamlined, like feeder subjects. So for pediatrics, very difficult to prepare in a short span of time. If you want to spend 1 or 2 days for pediatric preparation, you can go through the milestone in pediatrics. Otherwise, that is also not required. You can leave, because out of 40, around 15 to questions, 20 questions will be very easy. Anyone can go through it. Rest 20, you can go for a guess, because for the 20 questions, very difficult to prepare, because post and portion is very, very vast. So my suggestion is go through the Harrison images, any important table if possible, and that any PG preparation level MCQ book, either that Mudit Khanna or Marwa, that will be good enough if time permits. And for nephrology, as I told you before, what will be the toppers uh, mark, or how much questions to get it correct? My rank was 15. At the time, I got 87 questions correct. Usually, above 85 will be the questions have to be correct to get a rank. I'm telling for NEET SS, this is of 2019. Based on the 2019 and 20 exam, I'm saying if it is more than 80 to 85, there is a chances you will be in top 50. But this is just a guess. Majority of the toppers usually get focus on this part. Like usually the mistakes usually on this side only, because nephro questions will be very easy. It will be keep on coming from the repeated topics only. So in the final 3 weeks, focus more on the nephro part rather than the medicine part. So final part, focus more on the nephro. Try to get it more than 55 to 60, 55, more than 55 questions correct. Then only you will be in the top 50 rank race. In the final weeks before the NEET, as I told before, just focus on the important topics, whatever I have told. Go through the Figali table and images. That is more than enough. Many people used to think I didn't study Figali. How can I study in the last 3 weeks? Just go through the tables and images, drugs causing types of glomerular diseases, and whatever the important tables I have told before and images, that is more than enough to give you a good base. Along with that, try to focus more on the nephro rather than medicine part, because medicine portion is vast. You can focus only on the images of Harrison. That also maximum 1 to 2 days rest, focus, and try to revise with the nephro only. Is the latest trials or latest ongoing drugs, is it required for NEET SS? Usually no. Even if 1 or 2 question comes, there is no need to spend much time to read those trials, because it will consume over time. You can't focus on the hardcore subjects. So that's why focus on the important topic and Figali trials. Maximum in INI CAT they used to ask the trials. That I will put a separate video on what are the trials they might ask. Especially they will be asking from the SGLT2 inhibitors. That is also mainly for INI CAT. For NEET SS, don't focus on any trials. No need to study also. Regarding diabetes and SGLT2 inhibitor, that questions might be focused around those two topics only. If time is there, you can go through it once, only the name of the trial. I'll try to upload a separate video for that. And during my preparation, what are the most important questions which will be keep on coming in all the exams, I have noted it down. You can just go through it before your NEET exam also. Regarding the one question always comes, hyporeninemic hypoaldosteronism causes. This question was keep on repeated in many exams. The answer for those is low renin is seen in diabetes, NSAID use, cyclosporin use, TAC, and a beta blocker. These causes low renin. High renin is associated with the AC inhibitors, ARB, and heparin. I had a query with the beta blocker. You can confirm it. This is also given in Fiali only. The second, there will be always one question from drugs increasing the TAG level, cyclosporin level, and the drugs decreasing those based on the enzyme induction. This is also given in Figali table. And the contrast-induced nephropathy definition. This is given in Brenner. Other important question is levamisole plus cocaine. What it causes? It causes ANCA-associated vasculitis. This is given in Figali. There will be always one question from aquaporin. Aquaporin 1, 2 location, and which is not in human. What is located in the posterior pituitary? Those questions. And what is the blood supply of the kidney? How much cardiac output it takes? That question. And the most ischemic zone or ischemic zone of the glomerulus, S3 part of the proximal convoluted tubule. One question always from Little syndrome. Just go through the Little syndrome once from up to date if time is there. Otherwise, Figali is more than enough. And poisons which are removed well with urine alkalinization and urine acidification. This is also very important MCQ which will be keep on repeated. And one more thing is cystinosis versus cystinuria. This you have to go through the Figali. This also was repeated twice or thrice. And another one is that ATG causes the first dose effect. And OKT3, that is Moromonov causes cytokine release syndrome. So these are the most frequently asked MCQ, whatever I am remembering. That's all. This is regarding the preparation for DM Nephro. And one more point, during my preparation, this question I have attempted around 2 times, Chandigarh 2 times and Chipman 2 times. Always I do mistake with this question. The answer also I'm showing here. In acidification, the drugs which are excreted more are amphotericin B, quinolone, stericin, and chloroquine. With the urinary alkalinization, it increases the excretion of salicylate, chlorpropamide, phenobarbital, methotrexate, herbicides, and fluoride. This is also a very, very important repeat MCQ.